However, as with all good news, there's also a bad news that comes along with them. And the bad news is that programming is just the tip of the iceberg, because number two, test automation is way more interdisciplinary than most people think. And so most people deem test automation to be just kind of manual testing with programming sprinkled on top. So I think that is actually very misleading, and it's not doing justice to the role of a test automation engineer. So over the course of your career, you are going to stumble upon tons of things that you'll need to understand to a lesser or greater extent. You'll need to be able to navigate the complex, sometimes, tech stacks that are present within the organization or within your project, the in-house systems, the tooling that other departments are using, both ones that are much deeper under the hood, like stuff that the backend guys are using, and ones which are closer to the surface, like the CMS system, for example. If you are doing something in the e-commerce space, very often you need to be able to navigate through them and sometimes even use them in order to be a proficient tester. This also happens in manual testing. You have probably stumbled upon things like that so far also, but in automated testing, I feel that it happens to an even greater extent, because there's no getting around knowing the continuous integration and continuous development tools, for example. You will need to know some Jenkins stuff. Sometimes you'll need to know more DevOps stuff, like, for example, understanding Docker or something like Kubernetes. Always you'll need to understand the version control systems in order to be able to operate within an organization and to be able to actually cooperate on stuff. So, like, understanding a version control of your project's choice is an absolute must. And these are just the first things that come to mind. However, I don't want you to get overwhelmed by all of this, because that's not my point at all. You will learn these tools as you go, and you absolutely shouldn't just stop here and learn about all the stuff that I mentioned, because the truth is you'll never be absolutely 100% prepared, because you will learn these things as you go and as the project demands and as the organization demands. Depending on the project, the organization, the team, the needs will also fluctuate. So you can't really be prepared for that. You need to be prepared for being prepared, but you don't need to have all this knowledge or all these pieces of knowledge like from the get-go.